Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Fire Pod with me, a Twin Peaks podcast, friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. I am your rewatcher, Colton Robertson. I'm joined by the first-time viewer, Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. Today we are discussing Season 2, Episode 6, titled Demons. It was originally released on November 3rd, 1990, written by Harley Peyton and Robert Engels, directed by Leslie Linka Glatter. How are we feeling on the other side of this one?
The end. Oh my God. I think we got some stuff put in concrete. At least that things are solidifying, as well as some other little things that I'm putting together that I can't believe I didn't catch on to before. But as far as the paranormal kind of side, this was a very nice episode to get. At least just kind of literally the end. I mean, everything else is just kind of normal, kind of run of the mill episode. I feel like it is just kind of normal until we get there. Transformation.
There is no
time.
need for medicine.
Yeah, I am in no pain. Yeah. Oh my God.
No pain.
This. It's been an episode that I've been wanting to get off of the chest for a while. That's for sure.
Yeah, this is one for those listening that we've had to reschedule the recording of like 3 or 4 times. We were recording this 2 weeks later than I think we initially intended to. So it's been a minute. And I am so ready to discuss Season 2, Episode 6. And we watched it the night before we initially thought we were going to cover it and had to rewatch it. That's the kind of gap we're dealing with.
Yeah. I guess not many. I think maybe off Season 2, this was the only one that I have watched twice. Actually, we kind of got in a good groove of just watching the episode, recording on
once a week. Yeah, we were doing good. Yeah.
So, but yeah, now it's I don't know. It's nice to have that rewatch because in Season 1, I feel like I actually did that commonly. I would go back and rewatch them. I was trying to get every little detail in there, and then now I've kind of shifted, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know if that's in the true spirit of the show. All of the, I don't know, just being when it came out and all the things. I don't want to get spoiled. I don't know, to figure anything out too quickly now. I like to be surprised.
You like it being revealed to you, not you putting it together before. Yeah. It comes about. Yeah, that's the double-edged sword of a podcast and trying to figure everything out, is that once you do, when it gets revealed, you're kind of like, oh, okay, so it was what I thought.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess there's...
and like there's a pride to be taken in that, to be sure. There's a pride to be taken in the idea that you were able to telegraph where something was going. But then whenever it doesn't surprise you, you're kind of like, oh, well, damn, I kind of wish I hadn't done that. Yeah.
It's a little bit of both. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And if it's done well, then it's not, it's always satisfying
then it doesn't
no matter what.
Yeah.
And I think in this show, I'm pretty comfortable with the twists. And even if I do, I don't know, if I've landed on some things, I feel like I'm still wildly off on a lot of others.
There's too much in this show for you to properly just get 100% right, So... yeah, there's a lot that's going to happen, but if you're ready, we can go ahead and start a scene-by-scene breakdown of Demons.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so we're going to start where we left off last week. Harold is looking at Donna and Maddie with 3 scars down the side of his cheek, having freshly dug into his skin. He tells Donna that she's a liar and betrayer. She's just like everyone else. She is unclean.
Yeah. Damn.
And he's ready to stab her when James bursts in and pulls them out. A little bit of an odd order of operations here. It feels like he pulled Maddie away and like started to run.
Yeah.
And then he like kind of comes back for Donna. It's a weird thing that Donna seems to not read into at all, thankfully.
Yeah.
But like I thought that was going to be a problem.
It was going back and forth because then they're right outside and then Donna's like he's holding her and tells, he's like, no, like this is, it's me and you. So yeah, I kind of at least in the action, in the time, I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, I thought it was done between Donna and James whenever I was watching this. Because I mean, yeah, he beelined for Maddie. I mean, it was just like straight for Maddie, pulling her out first. And then I'm like, but yeah, I guess no. I guess it's him and Donna for here on out. And
We're here.
I love how easy it is that it's just like, oh no, we're outside. We are literally good from Harold. Like, I love, like Donna, like I don't know. James, I think, is just getting him outside, but Donna, she's like, "Oh no, it's okay. We're good. We're good. Like now."
Yeah, he will not go further than his door.
We had simply exited the house. So like we're Gucci, and yeah. But this was, I don't know, really, I guess a fast way. This was a lot faster of a diffusal. I guess I thought more was going down at this house.
I see. Yeah, no, not particularly, and it's obviously not the last we'll see of Harold or anything, but
yeah. Didn't think so. Yeah, he's this unclean though, and this I forget maybe the word he used. Like unclean was definitely he used. Contaminated maybe was another one. It feels at least like Leland, having killed someone, having a transformation right after white hair. Like I feel like the doing these acts or now having specifically some that Bob likes, fear and pleasure, I guess. But it feels like just any bad act or any sort of thing gets you closer to Bob's grasp or I don't know if it's you calling him in or Bob inching himself in. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if it's more of like a I think
if it's a mutually agreeable situation, or if Bob is involuntarily, or like the host is involuntarily hosting. I think the use of the word parasite indicates a one-sided nature to me, but I don't know.
I think at least that's how I do feel, but I think there is some like sort of protection that you have. Like until you do something bad or until you murder or take pleasures in things you're not supposed to take pleasure in or whatever, until you become tainted, then that's when Bob is able to attach himself to you. Like, I think, like, maybe if you're a pure soul, whatever, or, Harold, I don't think is a pure soul. I don't think he's the one actually to be the example of, like, the clean soul.
Right.
A lot more going on with him, I feel like. But, like, someone who's, I don't know, just a child in Twin Peaks who's just grown, I feel like, yeah, no, Bob doesn't have any hold over them quite yet. But I don't know. This. So
you still comparatively? Sorry, we're jumping around obviously here, but I'm curious, given some of the words, some of the word choice there, where Mike has inhabited Philip Gerard.
Yeah.
It sounds like you view Bob more as a roaming spirit.
Bob
like
does
he goes
feel
from
like
whoever is displaying evil, Bob has the ability to access.
Yeah, it feels maybe Mike. He's like active. It feels like he is just sort of like this is his avatar and that is sort of it. But maybe he's doing other stuff. I guess I don't know. But Bob, it feels like he comes in and activates himself at a given time, but when he leaves, there's still something left behind. Like there is still a part of him that's left there where he can, whether access it, I don't know, is the right word.
Step back into his previous role or whatever the fuck.
Like the parasite, it infects them and they continue down the corruption path. It's just.
I see. I see.
But not
like
while
where
it's
where
passive.
he stepped, they are forever changed. I get you. Okay. I like it. But James says it's time to go to the police. He's done fucking around with all this bullshit. He's like, all right, you know what? That's enough.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of fucked up shit the last couple weeks. A lot of stuff's gone bad. People have died. I don't know. I think we go to the cops. And it doesn't seem like she has any complaints about that. But at the bookhouse, Cooper carries Audrey in through the door and lays her down. He finds evidence that she has been drugged with heroin, and she mumbles in her delirium about her throat hurting, and she's sinking.
Yes. Yes. I don't know. This the first intro, I think, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't caught on before. But the first time they had, like, I don't know, Black River for a while. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of interesting. And then Audrey be talking of kind of seemingly drowning in a black void something. I don't know. I feel like there is something there.
Yeah, with the like black and white title sequence at the beginning.
Yeah.
Not title sequence, but like credit sequence briefly.
Yeah. And so I feel like this is like their upside down, or their where Bob and these spirits walk. This is their world, their world. I feel like maybe, and because they do say it's just heroin. But did they say that there was other stuff in there? Like it's a weird concoction. Like this is Audrey got the same stuff that like Mike is working with, or these are separate things. Like these are
separate things.
Okay.
Audrey is off heroin.
Just pure heroin, nothing else. It's just
nothing
heroin.
else.
Okay. Yeah, that is interesting. Because I thought there was like, I'm wondering why she's, is this just a heroin thing? It feels more like a paranormal.
If you would, we've watched Train Spotting.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite moments in that movie is when Ewan McGregor's character gets very nearly a lethal dose of heroin, and he sinks into the floor. And like the whole world gets further away from him. I don't know. Maybe this is a heroin thing. Because Cooper does say like when someone's overdosing, maybe they almost enter the sunken place, sort of.
Shit. Oh my God. Yeah, that's really creepy. Wow, that's like maybe even scarier that it is actually not a paranormal
that it's like
thing.
This isn't a paranormal thing. It's an overdose thing. Yeah,
this is and is it just a heroin thing? Is it the drug, or is that actually like a? I don't know. Are they realizing they're dying, and then it's like, oh I'm leaving my body.
I am leaving my body. That's it's freaky. It's freaky. This that's why I'm like
massage that Audrey's doing here though. Like this, they're a thing. I don't know. Like they are becoming a thing eventually. They're slowly inching towards it. It's just, and this episode is just getting more and more there. So the weird, I've been kind of holding off because she is so young, and like that is just kind of weird. And then Diane, I'm really holding off for Diane. But the more and more I don't know, I think about her, the less and less I feel like she is still in the game. But yeah, no, this right here, I don't know. This was a moment, I think. I don't know. This is the start of something new. I feel like, and I don't know. Maybe I think I'm getting on the Audrey and Coop train, I think, right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if I like it though or not. Is the thing. It's like I'm going back and forth. It feels.
Yeah, I actually think this episode has the opposite effect.
Really?
I think Coop, when he realizes Jean Renaud used Audrey to get at him, it's kind of one of those things where he's like, I can't open myself up to that vulnerability.
That's true.
She doesn't deserve it. I don't want that for her. So, it's a little like Peter Parker being like, Mary Jane, we can't be together, like that's kind of, at least I think that's where it's. I don't know though, because they do have a real obvious chemistry that's really hard. I mean, like it's impossible to deny. And Audrey is obviously so deeply infatuated with him, and he's got such an empathy for her, and he hates her fucking dad.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't. There's a lot of signs going both ways for me, for sure.
Yeah, it feels at least that he, as the agent and as if he's going to hold himself to his values and his principles and everything, then he shouldn't. He should stay away and just still be the agent and whatever. But I feel like if you just ask the man, ask Dale Cooper, how he feels right now, if he didn't have to be the agent and I
find myself thinking of the contents of her smile. Yeah, like that's like that's a crush. That's a crush at the very least. But Coop sits with Audrey there, and she regains lucidity briefly and tells Cooper that she had prayed for him to come, my special agent. But elsewhere, Donna and James watch Maddie drive off, And James says that they should stick together, and if they do that, they will be safe forever.
Yeah.
Real sweet. Real intimate. They're cute. They're lovey-dovey. It's nice. It's nice to see them kind of back where they were a little bit, or closer to it anyway.
Yeah.
But
Well, kind of Ben had a, he said it sarcastically of like, moments like these make you realize how important life is, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like James, he had that. He was like, my Donna, I flashed in front of my
you
eyes.
almost died.
Yeah, even though I grabbed Maddie first. I hope you don't remember that, or I hope you don't harp on that too long. But yeah, I guess, not a thing. She doesn't seem to care. So.
And she practically, she's the one closer to the door. He yanked her out. He yanks her. It's like, and also, is it just a good, like, if you are Donna, are you just thankful you have a man in your life who is willing to run into a situation like that and pull you out? Then you are like, oh well, he saved her first. Like, I mean, like, it was one right after the other. It's not like it was some. Oh shit, that's right,
he
Donna.
Just ran out just with Maddie and then left on it. That would have been different. Yeah, fair. I guess that's true.
No,
so.
but that's I don't want to dismiss it too much. I don't want, but like I did initially think it was going to be a problem.
I know. Okay, at least that was my reaction at first. I'm like, oh. And then I don't know. Whenever we got to this part of the movie,
and it was kind of awkward and clunky too, because he like pulls her out and then he goes, he like runs a couple steps and grabs Don. I don't know. Like it is an awkward setup, regardless. But we'll move forth with Harry thumbing through a book of criminal photos, mugshots, and Cooper tells him that Audrey was this close to a lethal dose. Heroin, Harry. This close to a lethal dose. Why does he say
it like this? Oh my! I don't know. I took it down just because of how funny his delivery was. But like, heroin, Harry. Like I love the way he talks sometimes.
And like the rhythm of that specific line, heroin, Harry. Yeah. This close to a lethal dose. Heroin. Like there's two rhymes thing. I love noir. It though.
I don't know. Maybe that's it. It was heroin, Harry. This close.
It's heroin, Harry.
To a lethal dose.
This close to a lethal dose.
Man,
see?
I need the black and white version of the show. I need it to hit a noir. That would be awesome if they actually kind of went fully into that for like a Halloween. Dude, do they have, please tell me, they have a Halloween episode and they go all noir. Damn.
They didn't do the gimmick. That's
okay. That's okay.
Well, I also don't think we ever even reach October.
Oh yeah, you're right. I feel like the time warp of the show is crazy. It has only been,
I think we literally spend the entire show in February and then into March.
That's insane. That is okay. Wow. So yeah. We
got a lot to look forward to, though. Even so, it's a big couple months for Twin Peaks. They got a lot going on.
Dang.
But
wow.
Harry's like, I got something to show you, Coop. He shows him John Renault. He's like, I knew I recognized the guy who killed Blackie.
Yeah,
that's John Renault. Renault, oldest brother to Jacques and Bernard, and the most dangerous. He runs the Northern Territories. He does all this. He does this. He does this. And, this is one of those things where I appreciate the expansion of the show, but, again, I have to question Harry's ability as a police officer if this has never come up.
Yeah. You thought you recognized him from some... Yeah, I guess, like... This book
and just
was
the
really...
idea that the whole time... Jacques and Bernard have had an older, more dangerous brother. And that never came up. That was never a part of the investigation with you guys tracking where cocaine is coming from. And
did he just, because it feels like he has like he knows John, like he knows this.
He has a mugshot of Jean Renault. He's been arrested before.
Because I thought, I guess maybe it was like he just has this book and this is what, I don't know, is this how cops just like, they just have these mugshot books, and maybe he just was flipping through it one day and saw his face, but wasn't on his investigation, and that's how he recognized him.
I just don't know how to interpret it beyond the fact that like he sees a picture of Jean Renault, goes, oh, that's right, it's Jean Renault. This is how I know him.
Territory. He does all of this stuff. Yeah, it's like that's fair. Fair enough.
And obviously, I don't actually have any beef with that. I don't think that I don't think that this makes Harry a bad cop or anything. It's just one of those funny things that comes in a television show where it starts to expand and you need to drop exposition. You need to create characters. All of a sudden, this guy was important. Yeah, he never came up because he never existed prior to him being introduced. You know, like that's just how it works. But
that's true.
Yeah, no, that's why I thought it was kind of funny. I was just kind of like, oh, you never thought to mention Jacques' older, more dangerous brother, huh?
Yeah, we need to get the police work up. That's okay though. It's coming in due time. It's all coming together.
Yes, indeed. And Coop, he's like, well, goddamn, he knew he wanted me, and he used Audrey as bait to lure me. Mm-hmm. He says that if he left his jurisdiction twice, and now Audrey is paying the price. Again, the rhymes.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Harry's like, Harry says what I believe you took down as your favorite line of the episode. If you want to go ahead and deliver it there.
You're the best damn lawman I've ever seen, but sometimes you think too much. And hands over a nice cup of Joe. I was like, yup, this is goddamn. Took it down, for Coop. Yes, the dude, he does need to take a chill pill sometimes. I think I fall into this trap a lot. I can think of something that is very simple and then go down the rabbit hole completely of just nonsense. And this was, I don't know, just a very nice gesture, just to be like, nah, dude. Like, yeah. So I guess that's why I was kind of more on the Audrey train, is that this is the time where he's like, no, I can't do it. He is like, no, I'm having his Peter Parker MJ moment. But then, Harry's like, nah, dude, like, chill out. Like, you're still doing the right thing, and look, she doesn't have a needle in her arm anymore. She's not at One Eye Jack. She's here, and sort of thing. So,
and that is because of him. Yeah, that's fair.
So
there's a double. It goes both ways there. It does.
He likes to be a man of principle. That's for sure. I think he is. I don't know, realizing that maybe it's not always 100% all the time, but
okay. All right, so maybe Cooper and Audrey on the horizon then.
Yeah, I don't, and I'm like, I don't feel like I want to say that this is like what I'm wanting or it's the direction I want it to go down. I just feel like that's at least where it's point. Like, I feel like Cooper's.
Well, she graduates in May. Who knows what happens this summer?
Okay. Damn. Yeah. So I guess maybe she didn't actually lie. Maybe she is actually 18. I feel like that was, I don't know, maybe a story. Like, I thought it would come up where she's like actually 17 and she lied saying she's 18, but I don't think I don't know. I don't think the show would really do. I don't know. That's why I'm like holding off on it, just because it is the age gap is very large here. Like, this is
it would also be quite the dramatic storyline if she had lied about her age and then he gets caught and that's how he like maybe loses a badge or something.
I guess I didn't think of the downfall that Audrey could actually could cause him.
If she did lie, there could be some problems there if anything were to happen. But regardless, we shall proceed forth. Cooper meets Ben in the hotel dining room with a briefcase of money. He reports that he was able to retrieve Audrey without giving over the payment. And Ben's like, "Oh, well, that's great." And he like taps the briefcase with his hand, keeps it over it, and he's like, "Yeah, this is the good stuff. This is what I wanted." He reports that Audrey was at One Eye Jack's, that Blackie was murdered by a man named Jean Renault, and that Audrey is recovering from a drug overdose. And Ben's like, holy fuck, that's a lot of information. Jesus Christ. Can I see her? No. He's like, no, probably not. No.
Yes, I am in control of your daughter. Like, this is another, I don't know, it's just inching more towards it, Like, this, he's talking to the father here and being like, no, I got your daughter. Don't worry. She said, and then, like, I feel like the Audrey relationship's building, and then also the weird, awkward father-son, like this, kind of relationship that's building as well. And that's, it's just I don't know. There is this layer the air of unease that I have with it, though. It's like they do feel cute together, whatever. Their stories are cute, but it's like, nah, I don't know if it just actually works.
It's just reality. General moral principle would lead you to go, maybe you shouldn't do something like that. But it's also like, we have a much more contemporary understanding of power dynamics and age gaps and all that. This wasn't a thing particularly in the 90s. Like, it was like, once you turned 18, fair ball game, you know, that's that.
Yeah.
So it's like, they won't approach it with the, they might go, you're a little young, aren't you? But they're not going to be like one of the things that's always the most uncomfortable about watching old noir movies, is that, you know, Humphrey Bogart or whoever the fuck is like obviously mid 40s to 50s and is like macking on this early 20s actress who was in 3 movies because in the 40s they got you when you were 21, and the second you turned 22 it was like, well, we'll see you never, you know, like you know, like, so it's funny to like see that's kind of how, with the amount of influence the show takes from that like noir genre from the 40s. I wonder how much of that they were playing with a little bit, because Coop, Coop, you know, he asked, how old are you? She goes 18, and he goes, see you later, Audrey. That was like there's an obvious there's an obvious vibe, but
I'll see you later. What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
What do you mean by that? So it's just something to consider. But yeah, I think it's a bigger deal for us than it was for them when they were making the show. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
But we'll go over to the Johnson household, where Bobby is pushing Leo through the kitchen in a wheelchair quite ineffectively.
Yeah.
And they've got Tom Brockman there, the insurance agent, played by Ian Abercrombie, who I really, really enjoy as an actor. Very, very fun, small supporting role in pretty much everything he's in. Been all over the place.
Yeah.
He's voiced characters in like the Clone Wars. I think he did Palpatine at some point.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, like he's been around the block, done a lot of stuff. But I was like, oh shit, yeah, he's in this, cool.
Yeah.
But he's like,
name
oh my god,
that
the boy is
up.
really gone.
I don't know. Yeah. His name popped up during the Black River, I'm pretty sure. There were like 2 people. And I was like, okay, now I'm going too far.
Well, they had, I feel like a lot of the like David Lynch's name popped up during that. Wendy Roby's name popped up during that.
Okay, so the new people. It's David Lynch, this guy. Who else? Who's
Wendy Roby?
Who does she play? I hate Googling any name for Twin Peaks actors.
Here, I'll IMDb
it. Is dangerous. Wendy, because
it's Nadine.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no. What a weird combo. Yeah, this weird Black River gang: David Lynch, Nadine, and fucking this
guy. His name popped up with someone else though, so like I can't remember who it was.
Okay,
but
okay. So probably no relation. But it feels, I don't know. It'd be really funny if these are the like dark horses of the fucking of the show.
The apocalypse. No, but yeah, he's like, oh my god, the boy is really gone, isn't he? And they're like, yeah, it's a damn shame. And he's like,
Leo.
In-home care is the stuff of miracles.
Yep.
He congratulates them on their dedication. He's so lucky to have somebody like them. Man, are you guys will be so fulfilled by the work you're doing for him. And Shelley signs the agreement, and the agent gives them their first check. And they're like, yeah, baby, let's take a look. And it's like barely a week's worth of pay by modern standards.
Rip. Yep. Rest in peace. Yeah, F's in the chat. The good old, I don't know. Damn it, Bobby. She already quit her job. That's crazy. And like they were really hoping this would be their life. And yeah, just all the eggs in the wrong basket here.
Yeah,
was it?
Yeah,
was it to be? Was the insurance guy being like, "Oh, all these fees, all the blah blah blah"? Is it to be believed that like they're taking the rest of the money and only giving them?
Oh yeah, the insurance company is fucking them over. Yeah, 100%.
It's like,
and that's the thing is that like, I think it's funny that they saw an opportunity to show how naive Bobby is. Like Bobby and Shelley really like they were both like, oh, it'll be this easy.
Yeah.
There's nothing that could be compromised, and then it's like, oh, you don't know insurance companies yet, do you? You 17-year-old, like.
Yeah. I feel like the modern equivalent is like, all right, we're gonna live off our stimulus checks for for the rest of our lives. I don't know. But yeah, that doesn't really last forever. It's like, are you really going to have just Leo in your fucking just sitting there forever? Who did this? The Penguin? I'm trying to was that show? Who's up in his room chilling there?
Yeah, the Penguin hits his mom.
His mom. Okay, yeah, his mom chilling up there. Kind of different. I don't know. He actually wants to keep her there instead of like just using her.
Not profiting or anything. But like, yeah, that's
this weird.
It is. There's just from here on in for the rest of the episode. If the last scene hadn't been so goddamn good, you could literally go with anything.
Yeah.
It's just banger after banger after banger, and one of my favorite stories in the episode is Bobby and Shelley's here. I think it is so fucking funny. But we will return to them a little later on. But yeah, the dumbasses got fleeced by the insurance company, and now they're stuck with Leo Johnson. So that's fun. Now they're not making any money, and they have to take care of Leo. So it's just a really funny, get what you get sort of thing.
Yep.
But later at the police station, Donna tells Harry about Laura's diary. And he's like, we already found Laura's diary. And she's like, no, her secret diary. Here, one moment, please. I'm going to pause briefly. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry. 31 minutes and 15 seconds on my recording. I'm going to hang up. I'll be right back.
Ready over here whenever you are.
All right. As am I. Then in 3, 2, 1. After that, Donna goes and tells Harry about Laura's diary. And Harry's like, we've already got Laura's diary. And she's like, no, her secret diary. And Harry's like, okay, so she gave this diary to this, what did he say, Harry Smith or Harrison Smith?
Yeah, what was it?
Something or other. She's like, no, it's Harold. And he's like, is James involved with this? Because he's been told. And she's like, no, James has nothing to do with this. And he's like, all right, it's just getting to be a little bit like The Boy Who Cried Wolf. And then, Sheriff Harry S. Truman. Sheriff Harry S. Truman.
Enter
he's like,
the
yeah,
goat.
in here. Yeah. We got David Lynch introduced as Gordon Cole. So this is an exciting one for me. I love me some Gordon Cole. It's nice to see David Lynch on screen in this show. Made for it, in fact. A really actually great actor, by the way, also that he doesn't get to do a lot of acting, but we saw him in The Fabelmans as John Ford. He did a great job in that. He's been in a few things, and he becomes a little bit of a bigger part of Twin Peaks. Gordon Cole is not just a one-trick pony. He's not here for a little bit and just gone. He's in it.
I'm glad. Yeah, I almost gave him the double. Almost gave him the performance and the character. But one dude, I don't know.
I mean, it's impossible to give the performance to anyone else. But
come on.
Yeah, I mean, character had to be Gordon Cole, man.
No. Yeah,
you remind me now of a Mexican Chihuahua.
A Chihuahua. Is that actually how you say it? Is it not Chihuahua?
No, or is Chihuahua. He's just just from.
I didn't know because he seems very proper though, or at least he pronounces every word with such
precision.
Carefulness. Yes, yeah. So, but
remind me now of a Mexican Chihuahua. Yeah, it kills me, man. I love it. But he's like he introduces himself. He's Cooper's hard of hearing supervisor, and Gordon delivers Albert's reports. I love the whole thing. It's fibers from a vicuña coat.
Yeah,
sounds great, Sheriff. But I just had lunch. I think it's so funny. So Gordon delivers Albert's reports that the hair from outside Cooper's room on the night he was shot was from a vicuña coat. The drug from Gerard's syringe was unique. A strange mix, and the papers taken from near the track were from a diary, which he conveniently ignores. Harry, get your fucking money up, brother. You were just in a room with somebody talking about a diary.
Literally, it just had. Yeah, what the fuck, dog? But I feel like I'm tripping over vicuña. What the hell is this? Just like a really nice material? Is that the thing?
Vicuña is indeed a nice fur.
And okay. So, I mean, that's is it like a fur that is specific to a I don't know. Like, does this make? Because I'm just ignorant as to what the fuck vicuña is. I only thought it was just really nice. So the people who are popping into my head, at least, are like Josie. She's loving to buy all these clothes and shit like that. But Catherine, possibly. I don't know.
I will say you are taking the correct context clues from vicuña.
Okay, so just
like
expensive.
A rich person would own a vicuña coat.
Okay. Gotcha.
Or someone who is making a lot of money, whether that's through legitimate or illegitimate means, has the ability to buy a vicuña coat. Yeah.
Is vicuña more worn by women? Like, is it more of a like a feminine, like made out of dresses are made out of it, or like a coat? Could it, like a suit coat? Could it be like a like?
Well,
is this
going back to context clues for me is that because I don't know much about it either. But if you're wearing fur, it's probably a women's coat.
Oh, okay,
it could be.
Gotcha.
It's like I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it might not be fur actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Because that,
I
guess
sounds like it to me.
I was just going back and forth and being like, well, it like at first to me, like I'm like, okay, rich. It sounds feminine. I don't know why, but it did. It sounded like
it's a Spanish word with an A at the end.
True. There I go. So
it
could just
be, like that. That naturally gives you a feminine indication with vicuña.
So Josie and it was Josie and Catherine. Catherine is doing some wild stuff. I guess we can get to her later. But that night, I don't know. There's a lot going on, and she's MIA. Could be her.
Okay, I wasn't far off with fur. The vicuña is a small llama-like camelid native to the high alpine Andes, similar to an alpaca or llama.
Okay.
And it's more like wool, not fur. My bad.
Wool. So I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Like it felt, at least of what I saw of the shooter, very little, of the shot that I'm working with. If they're going super hard,
a very
on
small
this.
frame there.
It looked like a men's clothing. At least it seemed to be like a suit with a trench coat or like a heavy coat over it or something. Kind of, I don't know. Like the I didn't really think of I don't know. Catherine and Josie don't really make sense there. Is the thing.
Right.
Like that's why I was kind of taken back. I'm like, this detail feels like I'm trying to go down the more feminine route, but then it's really makes sense if it's Catherine actually being disguised up as a man. So I guess possibly. But I guess it's this detail that I am focused on the most out of all of the ones that Gordon Cole dropped. Because I know about the diary, I guess.
Yeah, you know about the diary. The drug becomes clearer later on in the episode, and this is still the mystery for sure. But so a vicuña coat, but. Hawk enters dragging Gerard. There's the one-armed man now! And I think he even says the one-armor. I don't think he even says the one-armed man.
The one-armor. Dang.
There's the one-armor now! And he's taken directly to Harry's office. And Ben visits Audrey at the bookhouse, and she rebuffs his words of comfort, having discovered that he owns the at One-Eyed Jack's. And she asks for Cooper to take her home, but Ben suggests they all go together.
Yeah, more of like a, the start
family
of this
building,
fucked up family. And so it's just really, I know Audrey has the feelings for Cooper. It's more of just whether Cooper is going to
act on his. So
I'm
with you.
But another just inch in that direction. Him just kind of being like, okay, fine, whatever. I feel like if maybe he knows that Ben is dangerous, so even if he was being on his agent stuff, he might feel more comfortable if he was there. But it is like his father should just take her home, like if he doesn't have any feelings for her or anything, sort of thing. But She does explicitly ask for it, and say like,
yeah,
she would feel more
and it's like
comfortable
in a
that way,
vulnerable
but
position like that. It's
yeah,
like, well,
it's
might
like,
as well just go
yeah,
ahead and
so
do it.
mhm,
But yeah,
mhm,
it's a nice little scene. Very well shot. I appreciate Sherilyn Fenn's performance in that moment as well. I think she did a really good job. But we'll then go to the Hurley house. I was trying to think of their last name. But Nadine proudly comes back home with Ed and some bags and asks when her parents will be back from Europe. And he's like, oh, I'm not sure. She's like, we have the whole house to ourselves. I was thinking maybe we go out to the lake and do some necking. Wait, we don't have to go anywhere. We can do it right here. And she mounts him and jumps on him. She's very, very, very excited to have the house to herself with Ed. It's almost like they're a married couple. We can pretend we're married. And Ed's like, yeah, I guess we could do that.
yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, man, is Ed really gonna take full advantage of this situation? I feel like he's not quite. I don't know. This is quite the sticky situation to be in here. It's
yeah, and doctor's orders did say to roll with the punches, like just kind of let her live in this until she comes out of it.
And like Norma and Ed were a thing in high school, right? Like, so it's actually normal for Nadine to think that, like, well, I mean, she does say that, like, we could just let's just, I don't know, or let's get it on. So like I don't know. I guess I was kind of I thought that maybe Nadine would be like, oh, well, your girlfriend Norma or whatever, and then Ed's like, oh. Yes, yes, my girlfriend Norma, sort of thing. But Hank is, Hank's bad. I don't know. It's a whole. Norma's not really. I don't know. Hank has to be dealt with, I think, first, before Ed can do anything there. So yeah, I don't know this, but this Nadine storyline is just wild. It's just the punch that she gives him right to the gut, and then like, dude. I don't know. She's just a fucking freak.
I need her to
nature.
turn her strength on some of the show's worst.
Right? Right? Yeah. She is the fucking Hulk.
She's the king.
She has what? I don't like the method of how she became a super soldier, but it's not really the suicide attempt that did it. It was like, that's just what makes her
she already
think
had that within her, because if you recall, she like bent workout equipment in like the first episode or two. Like she just she just activated it. So like she's got some shit going on, but like I need her to like wallop. I mean, like fucking Hank, beat his ass. Get Ben, beat his ass. Just I just need Nadine to line all the worst scummy motherfuckers up and just rock their shit.
Is the first female member in the Bookhouse Boys? Ed will be like, we actually the best muscle we
gotta
have.
Deputize her.
They thought Big Ed was the best muscle they got. No, the wife. Surprisingly, out of everything. Yeah, but
man, it's too good. But we'll head over to Josie, where she appears to have just been sexually assaulted by Jonathan.
So they're not related.
No, they're I don't know.
It's like, what the fuck is the dynamic here? Because I didn't know if she was, it seemed that maybe she was okay with the sex, but then afterwards it's like, okay, obviously this dude is playing a power role here, so that then I'm like, it didn't feel good.
Regardless, it was not good. Regardless, it's not good. I read it as Jonathan sexually assaulted her. That was kind of how I took it. But
this
Josie
bad
argues,
development, I guess, for this guy.
That's a rough one. But Josie argues that she needs to be paid from the insurance money and by Ben Horn, but Jonathan says he will kill Harry if she doesn't leave tonight, which is a nice little oh no, what are we going to do here? I think Jonathan's handling of the situation and the threats was kind of funny to me.
The hand over
the hand on the throat, turning her around. She turns around and he puts his hand back on her throat. It's like, I don't know, dude. Like, get it.
It's like,
what are you, a one-trick pony? Figure something else out.
And it's like, obviously he's like grabbing her throat as like gently as he could because he's like acting and he doesn't want to actually grip her throat. But like I don't know, like I feel like in this situation, like I don't know, like at one point he's like honestly massaging her throat for like a little bit of it, and it's like what message are you trying to send here, man? I'm like it's like you I don't know. It was very weird, and yeah, but this. Mr. Eckert, I don't know, like it got me to think of him again, like name drop. I haven't really been thinking of the guy who's been calling the shots over there, and
Eckert.
But that name drop again was it was nice to at least get that back in the rotation to think there is still someone above them, sort of thing, calling the shots.
And I really do just think Jonathan's an enforcer of some kind. I don't think that he actually has any relationship to Josie beyond business. I think she's just caught up in a couple lies where she's told somebody he's her cousin. She tells Harry that he's her assistant. You know, like it's just a couple, like in the moment she's never really thought about it. She just says something and that's that. But
that's true.
But regardless, not a great situation for Josie. She's like, I got to go get paid, or else all this was for nothing. It's been years in the making. Let's go ahead and get her done. But we're gonna head over to the lake where Maddie is sitting down. We get the fucking theme. It's gorgeous. One of my favorite scenes in the episode here.
Yeah, this is where I took down my shot. I don't know. Everything just looked really pretty here. I don't know. James pulling up on the bike, leaving his bike there, parking it. Maddie's sitting out. Oh man, I guess I'll let it breathe a little bit. I was about to jump the gun for something here, but this I don't know. Overall, pretty. Yeah, I at least I don't know what shot exactly, but I know that my shot comes from
just during
from
this sequence.
Moment.
It was gorgeous. Yeah, it's a great looking sequence, and they're sitting next to each other, and he apologizes for their romantic confusion. He's like, I'm real sorry. I thought you looked like my dead girlfriend, and I loved her a lot, and you look just like her, and you're cool. You're a really nice person. And she's like, it's weird. I kind of liked it. I kind of liked being confused for Laura.
Damn it. Yeah, James is. I mean, he seems that he's stone cold. He's still holding his way. He's doing right by Donna. But oh my, god damn it! Why'd you have to say that? Like I don't know. I thought he was gonna actually like, I don't know, fall back in again.
But no, he doesn't. He stands strong. He stands strong, and she says that he and Donna belong together, and her time in Twin Peaks is coming to an end. She came for the funeral. She's been here for a few weeks. She's going home tomorrow. She's going back to Missoula, Montana. And she parts way with James, and he sits out looking over the water again, focused on the future, looking to the horizon always.
Oh, he couldn't look back. He was, I don't know, he was just, he was in a moment, I don't know, he was taking in the whole moment there, looking out at the lake, did not turn back to watch her leave. He was just... but the little I think by Maddie, a little detail mentioned here of like whenever they grew up, like they were just so connected, they were so close that she could almost feel her brain waves, or what the fuck did she say? Like
feel her feelings and think her thoughts, sort of.
So I think I think there's something going here.
There's a little bit more of a connection there.
This The Gifted mentioned at the end. I wonder if there's something going there where, because like the mother Sarah seems to see Bob, Maddie does, and Sarah, so it feels like they're the gifted, or maybe they're the damned actually. I don't know which is, it
would seem a bit of both.
But yeah, I think there is something. I don't know if it's blood or what, or if it how all that works, or if it's just who's affected, sort of. Ooh, parasite. Okay, yeah, okay. Now, once you're okay, I'm thinking. I think that could make sense actually. Of maybe Sarah had dealings with Bob, and the parasite has already took hold before Laura's even been in the picture. Laura simply being born by Sarah. Does Bob already attached? Is the parasite of Bob already there Maddie would make a little
Already
less
there.
sense, I guess, because
Yeah.
that's her sister. I don't know who the mother is there, I guess.
Got a light.
But,
No, there's a dude. There's an episode of Twin Peaks: The Return. And I can even tell you what episode. Season 1, episode 8. Or season 1 episode. It's episode 8, part 8, I guess. There's only one season of The Return. But I can't wait for us to parse through that. That might be one that we have to. We might have to do like a 2-parter on. Just it's a massive episode with
really
so little explained and so much to talk about that it's like, I gotta know.
How could it get like it's all. This is insane. Like, there's still so many more episodes left in this season. It feels like it's almost the end because last season was only 8 episodes. But no, we go to 22, and then it still gets crazier and more wild afterwards.
Dude, there's a lot. There's a lot we're dealing with, man. Like, yeah, we do feel like we're reaching a crescendo. But there's also seeds for more to come. And we'll get to that. Regardless, just the conversation about Sarah and Laura and all that, like, it's just like we will explore exactly what you're kind of talking about eventually. But in some capacity, not in the way you think, but in some capacity, as is classic Twin Peaks fashion. Maddie says goodbye to James, and
damn.
She doesn't have many scenes left, if I recall correctly. I think that she, I think we see her next episode. And I think she goes back to Montana. I'm trying to. She talks to Maddie. She talks to James here. She's definitely in next episode. I'm just like, I'm trying to remember because I don't feel like she has much left, but
yeah.
Because I vaguely recalled this as the last scene with her, but I know it's not. I know she's in next episode, so it's kind of like, sorry, I'm just kind of thinking out loud. But
gotta say bye to Leland and Sarah.
Perhaps. Okay, that's for sure. So, she's
But yeah, it's I don't know. I was at one point on the bandwagon that the classic switcheroo could be going down, and there was something going on here. I think now I'm more just in the vein of there's a
paranormal
connection
between the two.
They had, yes, where in maybe they. I don't know. Like, maybe there is a true time where they were so connected they did swap body. I don't know. Like I don't know what is possible paranormally here.
Right.
And
that's the thing is that they come up with whole new, like, okay, for example, one of those fun things that we'll get to this later on, but the inhabiting spirit idea, clearly something they happened upon. Otherwise, Mike would have been emerging into a different body. You know what I'm saying? Like, True. Mike is just Mike, where Bob possesses people and only few can see him, while Mike somehow just looks like the guy he's inhabiting. Which is like, that's obviously like, okay, well, we'll just hope people don't really think about that too hard. At least that's how I look at it. And maybe Mike doesn't look like maybe Mike doesn't actually look like Philip Gerard. It's just the face he's chosen. Maybe that's kind of what it is. Like, I don't know. Like, that's why I'm
damned. The viewers.
Yeah,
we always
are the
see
damned.
him as
we are the
Mike.
Damned. Yeah, exactly. But
okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. It's just like I that's always been a funny little part to me. But regardless, Ben hands Josie a glass of wine in his office, and she says that she will not leave without her money. And this, I'm not going to lie to you, might be my second favorite scene from this episode.
Yes.
I love it. I almost went with Joan Chen. Again, if I had gone with anybody else for performance besides Al Strobel as the one-armed man, for me, it would have been Joan Chen as Josie. I think she does an incredible job in this episode. And this whole scene, their rapport, her and Richard Beamer together, are just so good.
Yep.
I'm not going to leave this office without my money. Bren's like, I know a little bit of something. I got a file somewhere should some things go wrong that it might reveal a little something about your late husband's demise. And, she rebounds with her own key to a safety deposit box in a different city that would put him away for 3 lifetimes. And she says, my favorite line of the episode, they'll bury us side by side. And she says it with just like such a fun, playful, threatening era. I love it. I loved the scene, dude. Yeah.
Josie is, this, I was kind of holding off and wanting her not to have really murdered or taken, too much.
She's got shit going
advantage
on,
of her husband. Yeah, she definitely just murdered her husband or whatever to get money. She's sold the mill. She loves money. She loves to buy shit.
She's grabbing the cash. She's getting the cash. There's a lot of money motivating her right now. And Ben goes ahead and he's like, I actually just got a check for $5 million. How about I hand it on over to you?
Yeah. So what the fuck? Hold on a sec. Is this like, if this... I guess I've brought it up in air, but like if this is truly Catherine here, and I am right here, like is this a fake ass check or is this like Catherine?
I do think it's a real check.
Yeah. So is Catherine just like they're just stacked like that? Like is that I don't know. It's coming from the Bank of Tokyo, which is interesting. She's really pulling some strings. If this is her, I don't know, making it look legit and all. But I don't know. This is very. I was interested of the possibility of like if this is a ruse, and this is all Catherine just playing with Ben. If this is a check, the check would bounce, trying to cash it, and it's not actually real. And then so Josie in this case thinks that she has $5 million. She's going to go to cash it, and she's going to be like, "Oh fuck,
it's going to be nothing."
Like, oh my god, what the hell? Because she thought, at least she was just in it for $1 million, right, of the insurance money. That's all she thought she was going to get. And then Ben was like, "Oh, well, here's 5 times the amount that I was going to give you, or like that you owe, or that you were owed, or was that a separate? Is that like was there more to be owed after the $1 million, or I don't know? Because it was kind of crazy that he just gave her so much more, I feel like, but unless I don't know, maybe Ben has the read, and he knew this check would bounce, like he. I don't know, like because he does have a conversation like I know so little about you, I don't know. I'm really I love this Catherine kind of
so here. For those listening who might be first time viewers also, Joe has come to the surefire conclusion that Mr. Tajimura is Catherine. Now I will neither confirm nor deny that here on the air. I have privately talked to him about that. But for the sake of our first-time viewers who might be listening along, I will neither confirm nor deny that. But yeah, that's the conclusion Joe has come to.
It's
is that regardless of what I say, Mr. Tajimura is Catherine.
Yeah, I can't believe it wasn't. I didn't think of it earlier. I think this episode kind of brings it up to front though, with a later scene, and maybe
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really impressed with that.
Really?
I am. Yes.
With her and Pete right there, or I'm real like I am like almost surefire that it's her. I'm just gonna speak as if it's true, pretty much from this point on. I feel like, but that scene, I'm like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm like their little play back and forth, like you like musicals, and then like I don't know, I'm like, oh my god, that's where it locked in was this moment, for me, but. So yeah, and then it was this cascade of like
King and I. Yeah, I love it. I love that scene, and it's just nice to see Pete. I missed Pete. I love Jack Nance's Pete, and he's so good. But yeah, we'll get there. But Ben goes ahead and gives that check from the Tokyo Bank on over. But then we go to what again could have been another one of my favorite scenes if it weren't for the end of the episode where Bobby and Shelley have a party celebrating Leo's homecoming. I fucking love this scene. Madchen Amick and Dana Ashbrook have just incredible chemistry. And like this is one of those like obviously it gets hot later on, like a little later in the scene. But the whole build up, whenever they're like, they're toasting to each other and they're having their fun, like I love it. It is so funny. And, here's to you, Leo, you piece of fucking shit, wife beater. Oh, attempted murderer. You tie your lady up and put her in a burning building. Wow, look at you. Hell of a man, aren't you? But, they do the whole thing. They get hot and heavy on the table in front of Leo. Leo looks down at Shelly, obviously geeks her the fuck out. And she's like, okay, this is too weird. I can't do this. And Bobby's like, hey, Leo, sorry about that, man. We got a little carried away.
Yeah. We don't want to take advantage of you or anything now. That'd be crazy of
the
us
part
to
when
do.
he puts the cake out and hits him on the back and he face plants in it and he pulls him out by the ponytail.
Ponytail, dog. Oh, man. Yeah, this goddamn. I mean, I want to say poor Leo. The dude is actually a piece of shit, though. No, but
there's
so it's like he kind of deserves it.
He's in the midst of his a little bit of a Reek arc, not quite as extreme. Not quite as extreme, obviously, and I don't think it's as redeeming as Reek was for Theon Greyjoy. But oh man, there's an element like. The thing is that like after one episode of that going on in Game of Thrones, you were like, okay, maybe this is a bit much. This could go on for a few episodes and it still would probably wouldn't be enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I still have you? Did you cut out? Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I think we did there for a second. Yeah.
My bad.
I think I can hear you loud and clear now. Yeah, I don't know when we
good.
cut out. There,
I don't know either. But regardless, yeah, the dynamic in this scene was just so fucking funny. I loved it. It's foreboding. You understand that there's a future with Leo that we are not going to enjoy. Like they're slowly building up the little bit of he's gonna recover, like he will, and I feel comfortable like not spoiling that, but he's inching towards stuff that he's never. They said he might never do again, so yeah.
Man.
Am I breaking up real bad for you?
Man, yeah, I don't. It's kind of going a little wild right now. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get off.
Yeah, you were breaking up for me a little bit. Yeah, I can hear you. You were breaking up for me pretty bad earlier, but
okay,
it's gone away. That's why it's interesting.
I just got off the Wi-Fi. Okay, I'll try to cut all this out and make it a little better,
nice and seamless. But I mean, regardless, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, and I think we're Gucci now.
Okay. But we'll try to push forth, but. Yeah, after all that fun stuff at the Johnson household, we'll head over to the station house where Cooper meets with Gordon. I love when he steps in through the door and he doesn't even look at him; he just snaps and points at David Lynch, and he's like,
"Agent Dale Cooper." I don't know. Yeah, bro is tapped in, and that's that. I kind of from this moment,
Gordon Cole.
Like, yeah, I wondered. I'm like, are these just hearing aids, or is bro like wired into some FBI? I don't know, like a super steroided up version of, oh my god, how the hell am I blanking on her name? Andy and the receptionist
Lucy.
Oh my god, I feel so bad. I haven't blanked on anyone's name in the show for so long, and I thought I've got it down, and then so hard. Anyway, Lucy, I feel like Gordon Cole is wired into Lucy on steroids up at the FBI, and that's why he can't hear anything. His bro is just information.
He's getting a constant stream of information into his ears.
Yeah, but
I love it. I love it.
So, but no, because I don't know. He does like the little point. Like, how is he that aware of Coop? Or is it just they're that connected? This is the Laura and Maddie connection that they actually have.
They're homies, man. Gordon Cole and Dale Cooper are the fucking boys. But I love the whole interaction here. He's like, well, it's good to see you. I hope you haven't been waiting long. He's like, I didn't just get here. I've been waiting all day. Hey, Harry, can we use your office? You should ask the sheriff if we could use his office. It's good. It's just that bit doesn't get old to me. I love it continuously throughout the episode. I would like if we talked in private. I do believe in secrecy, Coop. And then like the cut outside the door where you can hear everything. It's so good. But we get a little bit of a lore drop here. Gordon tells Cooper that Albert thinks Cooper is in over his head, like he was in Pittsburgh. He says Pittsburgh was a totally different deal. The only similarity is that I was wounded in Pittsburgh. So we got a little. What's Pittsburgh? What's that all about? What happened to Pittsburgh? And then Harry pops in and he's like, I just want you to know that we can hear everything you're saying out here. And he's like, come on in. You should invite the sheriff in.
Oh man, yeah. This I'm glad that Gordon Cole, I guess, is coming back around. I was really hoping this wasn't like a one kind of an appearance for him.
No, and I mean, like he's not in a ton. I think I probably built that up a little bit more than I should have. But
at least not a
he's in a few.
Wonder, you know,
no, he will be in a few episodes. He'll be in a few episodes here. He's in Twin Peaks: Fire Walk with Me, the movie, and he's in The Return. So like he's around. You know, like good. It's not like it's not popping in for one episode and leaving. David Lynch does stay on as Gordon Cole for a bit, but so we got all that. You know, it's like Pittsburgh, but not like Pittsburgh. The only similarity is that he was wounded. And then the last thing is that he delivers an anonymous letter that was sent to the Home Office. It is an opening move from a chess deal, indicating to Cooper that it is from Wyndham Earl. Now these are the breadcrumbs for what's to come that I was indicating, because Gordon Cole goes, Coop, we're going to have to keep an eye on you from now on.
Yeah, this is big. This was my brain's turning a lot here with this chess move and everything. You know, it could just be a simple, you know, like, hey, your move, you know, sort of thing, which I think it kind of is. It is kind of like, hey, I'm back, and your
what are you gonna do?
You know, your move. I thought maybe that there was some connection with the letters found in the fingernails, and there could be something there, but there have been no numbers yet. And usually, I mean, at the end of every chess move, there is at least a number. But yeah, this is at least in chess, a pawn captured a knight here. So it's very. I don't know if they're going that deep into it, you know. It's like a play up, like a small piece took down a bigger player. I don't know, you know, I'm trying to think of what Wyndham Earl could have done, sort of thing in that, or what, I don't know what that could mean for him. But yeah, I don't know, my brain, this was, I like...
I'm not going to lie to you, Joe, you're going to be pleased with the chess game.
Okay. Yeah, this I really kind of hoped. I kind of hoped they were.
This isn't just like I'm here and I want you to know. No, they do a whole fucking chess game like this.
Okay. I'm in. I'm in for the chess analysis here.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear it from your perspective. They do a pretty good job of explaining exactly what's supposed to be going on or what someone means and stuff, but yeah, it's good stuff. I like it a lot, and I know you'll like it a lot, especially with where this is heading. But
okay, that's good.
But yeah, Wyndham Earl is on the horizon. The former partner of Coop, who lost his rocker a little bit, got locked away and escaped. So that's just a little refresher for anyone who doesn't recall who Wyndham Earl is.
Yeah, at least was suspect number one of who shot Cooper before. The Vicuna coat maybe still makes sense, you know, an agent.
It very well could.
Could still be up there. So I'm not going to throw him out, that's for sure. But because he's coming back. Maybe that was the move. Is that's what he's saying? Is like, yeah, bro, I fucking shot you. I know I wasn't
right. Like that was like, the opening move.
Yeah, I could have killed you, but I didn't. You know, and. Just like Pittsburgh, maybe. I don't know. Is this what happened in Pittsburgh? Again. So yeah.
But alas, we will move forward. Where Ben and Leland enter Ben's office, and Ben says he needs his boy back. He needs his Leland. You know, Leland says, you know, I'm there. I am 100%. I'm 110% even. He stands up as he says it, and Ben waves him back down.
All right, bro. All right.
And he sits again.
Yeah.
But Ben says Jerry is on his way to check out new investors and that they need a way to delay the project. And Leland suggests several devious and semi-legal ways.
Yep.
And we get a little feel for what this vibe was prior to Laura's death. You know, Ben goes, "There's my Leland," and they move towards each other, and they do that funny, awkward hug. I love the whole sequence where Leland like turns around and takes the fur off of the animal, puts it in his pocket. What a fucking weirdo, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, okay. I think of everything. I go down the rabbit hole for every little detail I possibly could. And my only thought that I had here is that this is the hair he actually puts on his head. He's bald. Like, bro is actually bald and had to.
He's wearing a wig.
Yeah. But then why would he choose white? You know, is this? I don't know. It's a weird. If you can make your own, why wouldn't you
fashion statement? Maybe.
Yeah, I guess true. Fair enough.
No, but
he does kind of rock it though.
I'm so glad they act on it though, because as soon as he sat down and I saw that thing behind him, like just staring at him, I was like, you got to do something with that. And he like looks back and kind of checks it out, pets it, takes its fur, calls his attention back, and he just and like that's what's funny is like I don't think he intended on taking it necessarily originally. It's just that Ben called his attention away, so he just like tucked it into his pocket and paid attention. Yeah,
I have this in my hand. What do I do? Suit pocket.
He's not just gonna drop it. You know, that's disrespectful. He's got to put it somewhere. Yeah, no, just a really funny sequence between Ben and Leland here, and we get a feel for what their dynamic was like prior to Laura's demise. Yeah. Ben says, you know, he's gotten a feel for what Leland's been going through these last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
shut the
totally,
fuck
dude.
up.
Yeah, 100%.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He's like, and if it weren't for your indictment, you know, I'd bring you right back into the fold, you know, but you murdered a guy, and.
I mean, fair point there, I guess, you know. But the one he made before was quite, I don't know.
It's just like the whole thing was just so fucking funny, like in the specific Twin Peaks kind of funny, you know, like it was too good.
Yeah, I don't know, but Leland, you know, I thought, you know, maybe the killing was the first of him being tainted or unclean, whatever. But I don't know, maybe it seems he's been up to some nefarious things before. And I don't know the past life before the show started of Leland, and I'm learning a little more. So it could just be lawyer strings that he's pulling. I don't know.
And you know, to negate kind of what you posed earlier about the small child who's never done a bad thing, maybe Bob is impenetrable to them. He did meet Bob when he was a small child.
That's true. Yeah, Leland saw him too.
Leland did see him, and he threw, "You want to play with fire, little boy?" All that good stuff.
I guess
you know,
I hold Leland in a different. I don't know why it feels that Sarah, the women that have seen him, they've always seen him in visions, or they see him when he's actually not there. But Leland saw him in the physical world and like had matches thrown at him. It feels. I don't know why they're different there. I don't. This feels like an Immune thing, or like their layers just happen to overlap. Like Leland, he had a encounter with Bob early in his life because eventually he would meet Sarah, who has been like I don't know.
So like
sort of,
Bob exists kind of outside of time a little bit.
I don't know. I guess that it's the first time I've had this thought, at least right now. But it does feel pretty cool. Or if Leland maybe damned Sarah, maybe it's the other way around. Leland having the early encounter with Bob, anyone else who Leland comes in contact with then is sort of damned as well, sort of thing. But yeah, I like that maybe more, actually. That one feels a little more likely than the other way around, than Bob being this all-time, I don't know, out-of-time being sort of thing. Yeah, Leland, I don't know, but Leland feels different than the women in the family, I guess, because it was physical rather than in the vision.
Well, I mean, yeah. Trying to think, is there any chance it could have been? I know he says he interacted with him in the physical world. He threw matches at him and stuff. But like, is it possible it could have that also could have been a vision? You know, like
he was
is
young,
there?
I guess. Yeah, he was a kid, or maybe I don't know. It's while he was growing up. Is that he saw him? Yeah, at his grandparents' house, right? Or was it his?
Yeah, it was his grandparents' lake house or something like that. Like
so. Yeah, he could. Yeah, I guess it could. I guess I'm taking this physical detail a little too as fact here.
Well, because he appears like obviously he appears in visions to the others, but he appears quite real to them. You know, like it's not like it's not like they're like, oh, I know this is a vision. Like it scared the fucking shit out of Maddie when he crawled through the window and over the couch and stuff. It's not like she was like,
maybe it's
I'm just seeing this
nature. Maybe it's like every other the women see him, he's just creeping and he's just walking
he's just creeping.
Towards
he's
them.
not talking.
He's just like, but this is like, hey, little boy, you know, like a Pennywise. Like I don't know. He feels like he's like,
you want to play with fire.
Trying to.
There is a freaky. Dale's talk. Seen Bob talk. You know.
True. Yeah.
You know, I'm just trying to throw out every possibility. I want all cards on the table when we theorize about Bob. You know,
it does feel. I hope this. I don't know. Like it does feel like the women and the men have seen Bob differently.
That's true. That's true.
And that because Cooper and Leland have heard Bob. The women just, you know, and maybe Bob's all he's after is fear. You know, it's kind of like a Monsters Inc. He's going in for the scream juice. And they're filling up the canisters, you know, and that's his job. Bro is a Monsters Inc. employee, and he's really good at his job. I feel like it's kind of the dynamic that Bob's working with, sort of thing.
Funny. That's funny.
So maybe that's all he's after. He just needs to scare people. It's not really like, oh, this is a man, so I can talk to him. That's I didn't want it to seem that way. Like
no, not at all, not at all. I didn't. And I mean, like, if it is, I mean, I wouldn't put it past Bob to also be sexist.
Bob,
that wouldn't surprise me. You know, he's the epitome of evil. It would seem that doesn't seem like a far cry for him. But it'd be really funny if that was a hard line he towed, though. He's like, I'm not a misogynist, okay? I like that's not something I do.
I'll basically
I'm
be
Bob.
Satan himself, but misogyny,
I'm Bob. Whenever I smile, everybody run. But women, don't worry, I'm gonna respect you.
Yeah,
no,
true.
it's
I don't know why I'm giving this man any respect.
No, I get it though. But. Well, we shall move on, but yeah, Ben and Leland, that scene was a fun little one, and we shall move on, where Harry enters Josie's house and finds Jonathan carrying a full load of suitcases. Josie tells Harry that this is her assistant, and he's helping her leave, and she's leaving, and she's going tonight. She can't stay any longer. The deal's done, and Harry's like, "You can't leave," you know, and she's like, "Are you telling me this is the police?" And you know, he says no. And she has to go. He's like, but Josie, I love you. I love you, Josie. And she doesn't answer, and she walks away. No. Great performance from Michael Ontkein here. Maybe his best of the show yet, to be honest.
Yeah.
Very, very subtle and very, very moving. He does a great job with this. Josie, I love you. You know, like
is Bro gonna actually be in shambles for a little bit now? Like, is he? I don't know. I feel like he has to. Like, he's gonna be like, Coop, I'm not gonna lie, man. I need to talk to you. Like I don't know. I feel like it at this. Oh man, I felt so bad for him. I don't know. He's just. But
well, it's so interesting to see Josie like this too, because she clearly does have a soft spot for Harry. It's not like it's something that's completely fabricated. You know, it was probably initially a matter of convenience. You know, seduce the town sheriff so he looks the other way a little bit. You don't have to. You know, but. It's obviously become something else.
Yeah, I mean, because the other sexual relationship she has doesn't seem very, I don't know, consensual. And then this one, at least, you know, maybe it was, she's lying to him, she's making him a fool, whatever. But at least it felt more real than anything else. And at least the one she would want to be.
She
real,
at least feels guilt about this, you know, like, and maybe that doesn't necessarily indicate a real true love or anything, but it does indicate some humanity that she possesses, which is of note. But
damn, poor Truman. Yeah,
poor Truman, poor Harry, poor guy. You know, Mr. Lee, please wait outside. You know, like that whole thing. He's like, we gotta talk.
Leave us the fuck alone, dog. I was like, okay. You know, like I don't know this.
Okay, Harry. All right, Harry Truman. Okay,
damn.
bud. Okay, there. But Ben will go over to the hotel where Ben lights a cigar at a table with Mr. Tajimura, who asks why he has received nothing when Ben has a cashier's check for $5 million. And Ben's like, I don't actually have a cashier's check for $5 million anymore. But nevertheless, Mr. Tajimura says he will withdraw while Ben tries to dance around the questions. And, he says, there was a fire. It burnt up. And Tajimura's like, I know about fire. My family was at Nagasaki.
Eesh. I forgot about that
going
one.
Rough going for your theory there with Catherine.
Oh, I forgot she dropped that one. Yeah, that's it was already bad enough.
If it is Catherine, it's one of the only things about the show that is aged just horrendously.
Well, kind of in character. She's not the best person.
No, she's not a good person. No, it makes sense that someone like her would do this. But it is unquestionably one of those things that's like, you know what? They probably wouldn't do this now, huh?
Yeah, the Nagasaki drop. That was okay. Fair enough. Well, I guess she's playing the part well,
She's very enveloped, a master of disguise if it were.
Yeah. Honestly impressive that she's putting on this voice. It might be a little way too on the nose, but like
might be on
that
the nose,
it's Catherine, like, hey, she's got range, This is I don't know, deep. She got me. Like I had no inclination whatsoever.
I love the way you're talking about it. It kills me.
Like what, that I'm surefire that like
you're just so 100% I mean, it's got to be her.
That scene, I don't know. It was the nail in the coffin.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like it just kind of, I don't know. I kind of have to on this one. It feels like the glass of milk. I don't know. But yeah, I'm interested. The cashier's check. And again, this is just me maybe just being ignorant on big money moves and stuff. Is a cashier's check just like actually anyone can cash that, and that is good for that $5 million? It, like, there's no possibility of it bouncing back and not being real, or because like I feel like that's different from just a normal check that I wrote out of my checkbook and signed. If it's a cashier's check, that's actually like, no, that is really $5 million.
That's $5 million. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Because I guess I was kind of hoping that like the check would bounce or something like that. But then I guess that would reveal Catherine's play a little too quickly, maybe. So it does have to be real, which is maybe she knows she'd be getting it back from Ben, eventually. Maybe it's just a little it's just switching hands for a little bit. Because I hope that's part of her plan, is just to take Ben down and to be the one on top of this after it all settles or something. Is at least her plan. I don't know if it's what I want. I definitely don't want Ben. I want Ben out. So like if it has to be Catherine, I guess it's better than Ben. But yeah, that's at least where my head is now. I'm pretty damn, I don't know. It's like 99.999. And I'd feel really bad if I'm this confident. And then it's like, oh no, that's actually not even a disguise. This is
an actual guy.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
No, I mean, it is obviously a disguise. Like there is now I'm not confirming nor denying whether or not it's Catherine, but from the moment he popped up on screen, it was obvious that there's heavy makeup going on, there's fake hair going on, like there's something there that is not authentic. Now, whether that's just a poorly aged choice for an actor or or an actual disguise for a character, we are yet to know. But regardless, while this conversation is nearing its completion, the sounds of a piano and Leland's voice begin, and Ben excuses himself as he goes to tend to Leland. And Leland, getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to like you, getting to hope you like me. Yeah, he's doing a whole thing. Hell of a voice on Leland, by the way. I love Ray Wise. I think he's an incredible actor, and he does a great job here. Ben goes on, walks up to him. The crowd's digging it. They like Ben a lot, or they like Leland a lot, and Ben tries to whisper in his ear, but Leland embraces him and starts dancing with him. They start singing together a little bit. Because of the beautiful and new things I am learning about you. You know, he does the whole thing, and he keeps on singing. Day by day. He's like, Twin Peaks crowds are the best crowds in the world. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice night.
Is this a past Leland thing at all? You know, was bro just Frank Sinatra in another life, and he activated the sleeper? I don't know. Like this, he at any moment, bro just wants to sing. You know, he is like,
he's musically inclined. Yeah.
Music is always in the air.
It is always in the air.
So I don't know.
But yeah, he you know, Ben takes him aside. He's like, temporary insanity. Hopefully somebody here is on your fucking jury. You'll definitely win that case. But elsewhere at the bar, Pete turns around and goes, "The King and I," recognizes where the song is from, and he talks to Mr. Tajimura briefly about how if he likes musicals, you know, not even Fiddler on the Roof. That made me weep like a baby. You're not from around here, are you? Can I buy you a sake? How about a nice cold glass of milk?
God damn. You
know? Just the whole thing. Pete's too good. I love Jack Nance, man.
And if my theory is true, right here, I feel like Catherine, you know, this is like her falling in love with him slowly again. You know, it's like, yeah, he's looking like a bump.
There's something like so Pete, endearing about it. Yeah.
It's Pete. You know, it's who offers a goddamn glass of milk? He didn't even have the sake ready. He had the milk ready. Bro was already just drinking the milk. I think that was
been
his
sipping
drink.
the milk. Yeah, it was his drink. He's been drinking the milk, which is very, very funny.
Even
how about a nice cold glass of milk?
Bro is
goddamn the King and I. I just love it. I love
it
so much.
But this, it was right here though that I'm like, okay, like all the stars kind of aligned here, and I'm like, I can't believe I did not see it before. But so if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I will die on this hill. But at least right now,
Mr. Tajimura is Catherine, which is absolutely incredible. Yeah, we've had the theory Catherine faked her death. She snuck away. She's gotta find her way back. It would make sense. But regardless, we'll head to the station house for the final scene of the episode. My favorite scene of the episode, my favorite performance of the episode, my favorite shot of the episode. Just good stuff all around. But the officers interrogate Gerard, who begs for his medicine, and Cooper asks if he suffers from schizophrenia because the drug kind of reflects that of haloperidol, which is a treatment for schizophrenia.
Yeah,
and he begins to seize. And, you know, Harry is like, Jesus Christ, get this man his medicine. This is ugly. This is bad. And they're like, and I like Gordon going, if we give him the medicine, you'll never know what's on the other side. Which is cool. You know, Gordon's like, I want to know what happens here. You know, like, I think, and saying like, we'll never know what's on the other side indicates that Gordon Cole is at the very least a little bit more aligned with Cooper than he is Albert, you know? You know, he believes in this other shit. Like the Blue Rose stuff is there's a mystery about in the world, you know. But you know, he begins to seize, and he eventually.
I love the audio.
There is no need for medicine. I am in no pain. Yeah, the weird reverb they've got on his voice is just so good.
Like
he says, his name is Mike. I am an inhabiting spirit. Bob was my familiar. It's just like everything is just too good. So a lot of important information here. I've got a little bit. I got the transcript actually. You know, who are you? Yes. My name is Mike. What are you? I am an inhabiting spirit. Who is Philip Gerard? He is host to me. And Dale says, you spoke to me in my dream about Bob. He was my familiar. Where does Bob come from? That cannot be revealed.
Damn. Yeah, what? TV show revealed? Or is it that goddamn important you can't reveal it to the universe? That's awesome. You know, like it's...
Yeah.
I at least in my head, it's like, okay, it's a detail that will be revealed, or maybe not. Maybe it is truly never known. But like, I'm like, oh damn, come on, Mike. You're you're whole, you're keeping me
He does
out
a few
of the know.
fourth wall. He does a few fourth wall things that you're kind of like, okay, Mike, you know somebody's watching you on TV, don't you? But
no,
that cannot be revealed. And Dale asks, "What does Bob want?" And Mike rebuts with the line I sent the episode off with last week. He is Bob, eager for fun. He wears a smile. Everybody run. And he asks, "Do you understand the parasite?" It attaches itself to a life form and feeds. Bob requires a human host. He feeds on fear and the pleasures. They are his children. I am similar to Bob. We once were partners. And then in unison, Dale and Mike begin to chant through the darkness of futures past the magicians long to see. Very odd that they began saying this in unison, right? Like, I'm not reading into that.
Was this part of his dream that he had? Part of what Mike said during the dream? Because that was the only thing I could think of why, like, Cooper knew that it was coming, or like what, like that. I was kind of like a little confused here as to like how he just started. I don't know. How did he know?
They were on the same. They were on the same page. Mike responds. One chance out between two worlds. Fire, walk with me. And then he continues. But then I saw the face of God and was purified. I took off the arm, but remained close to this vessel, inhabiting from time to time for one single purpose. To find Bob, Dale says. To stop him. This is his true face, but few can see it. And we get my favorite shot of the episode when he goes, "The gifted." And then he looks straight down the barrel of the camera and goes, "And the damned."
God damn it.
And
damn it, dude. Yeah, this not so much going on here. But interesting, if I'm reading it correctly, Mike says he took off the arm. I thought that it was more of a Philip Gerard taking off the arm and trying to oppose Mike sort of thing. But Mike kind of being the one to say, no, like, I saw the face of God and I took off the arm. And I don't, that's why I don't know, like, what it feels like a severance from Bob, though, this action,
right?
Like him taking off the arm is his way of not being with Bob anymore. And I don't know how literal the parasite sort of thing is, if like literally it is infecting his arm, so he had to chop it off so Bob couldn't infect him any longer, or if it's more of a paranormal parasite that's just attached, once you got it sort of thing. But yeah, that was an interesting detail switch, at least for me, because I thought it was a Philip thing trying to, cure. He doesn't want Mike going in, like he is like, no. Like, I feel like Mike is like, there is no pain, but Philip is in the sunken place right now. Philip is not doing good.
So what do you think happens in moments like that? Like, how aware is Philip of Mike's presence? How, what does that affect Philip Gerard's life like? Like, whenever they were asking him about Mike, do you think he knew who Mike was?
That's true. I guess, like, at least he's taking medicine for it. He knows it is a problem. Like, he knows that he has to try. Yeah,
he knows
if
he doesn't take his medicine, he'll go away.
And that, at least, I don't think that he knows everything that Mike is doing, though. Like, I feel like once Mike takes over,
a switch kind of flips.
Yeah, it is like a blackout. Maybe it is like a sunken, like a get out. He is just kind of down there.
Passive
maybe he
observer.
Maybe he can observe, actually. But then, I don't know. It feels that there is more of a disconnect, though. That Mike is truly inhabiting this body, and that it is just Mike from at this point, sort of thing. And yeah, like, it always gets me to think of, like, schizophrenia medicine. It's like, are people actually crazy, or like, are some people, I don't know. Like, it'd be so crazy if, like, some of this shit is really real and we just, mark it down as mental illness or things like that. And like, we actually have gifted people or I don't know, like people all around the world, sort of thing. But I'm in TV world here, so I don't know. These are just actual paranoia, or I don't know. I don't know if they're going down that route, sort of thing. But I don't know. It in this world, in Twin Peaks world, we do have inhabiting spirits, everything. I feel like if Mike or Philip Gerard goes up to a therapist and says, I have this person, this other entity that takes over me and I do things I don't like to do, it's like, oh, well, yeah, you have schizophrenia, here's this medicine, and off
or
you go.
multiple
It's
personalities. Yeah, like and that's why he'd be taking a drug like haloperidol, like that's
It's like, how many other things are seen as just crazy, or like, oh, well, obviously
illness.
You're speaking out of your ass there, sort of thing. But it's like, no, actually Bob is real. Bob is real. We know this. Mike is real. Like this. So I don't know. There's hardcore truths, at least when watching the show. But I feel like in real life, if I say these things, then it's like, oh, well, maybe you are suffering actually from, I don't know, and you need to be put on some medicine if I start, I don't know, talking about this. But I feel like at least my brain, it does have some problems. I know that, but I feel like I'm sound, I'm not,
right.
I don't have multiple personalities, anything of the sort. But I've always wondered, if like these people who do suffer from it, if it seems from a normal perspective that they are, that some screws are loose, or, whatever you want to say, but I don't know, like it'd be crazy if it's like it actually what they are saying is true and no one would believe them because they do sound crazy, like it, and it just only fuels the crazy even more. But yeah, I don't know. I love that the show's playing with that kind of idea, at least, and that it's, I don't know, like
I've got a fun. I mean, like it's a relatively sad story. But I was when I was still working at Papa John's, we once had a lady come in. It was just me and a manager there at the time, and she came in and asked if we would be willing to give her free pizza. She was homeless. She was like, would you mind giving me free food? And I was like, yeah, we could probably work something out there. Let me go ahead and talk to my manager real quick. And I went back and talked to her for a second, and then I came back up, and she was like, yeah, because, you're supposed to provide me free food at any given point. The government's supposed to provide me free food. And she started talking about how they were following her and how she knew they were in the back, and that they're probably back there right now. That's who you just went and talked to. And I was like, oh, no, no, not necessarily. I was like, I can make you a pizza right now. And she was like, I don't want you. I don't know what you're going to put in my food, all this. And I was like, oh, man, like, it was just kind of heartbreaking. I was like, there was nothing I could say in the moment that would like convince her that I was on her side, that I wanted to help her, that I was like, she was talking to me and I was the enemy. And I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. Like I couldn't say anything that could help her. And I like, that's just, it's so disheartening, So like whenever something like this does get portrayed in media, like, it's a fine line to like handle with care. And so I appreciate the paranormal aspect of this.
Yeah.
Where it does ultimately prevail as, I mean, it's the sorrow you feel for Philip Gerard is simply because his body gets taken over by an inhabiting spirit. Like that's does allow you to kind of distance yourself from it a little bit, which is nice.
Yeah, this I don't know, very, very. At least I think I had the idea that Bob was kind of this, maybe I wouldn't have said the word parasite before, but it felt like that was kind of the idea I was getting towards, or like that he just infects people. It's like he's not one. I don't think, like, I don't know. God damn it, from the very jump, I've been suspicious of him, and I'm suspicious of him again, and it's Hawk. The transition from Bob to Hawk, if there is a avatar for Bob, I feel like it's Hawk. And it's standing right behind Mike this whole time, off frame. You don't see his face, you just see his body. And I'm like, am I reading too much into it? The hair's kind of similar. If it were to turn white, it were to look like, I don't know. So like, I'm still suspicious of Hawk. We don't know how, I don't know what he's doing. There's so much that he does off camera. I don't know. And it's major suspicious of Hawk. But I at least I bring this up because I feel like Bob doesn't really have just one avatar. Like I feel like Bob is
that's what we were talking about earlier. Like he's a roaming spirit,
Yes.
kind of, is how you feel about it.
And maybe he does have one guy that he does favorite, or I don't know. It's like one dude is really into Bob. I don't know. Maybe it is. Hawk would be a perfect plant. In the police force, but not too important. Not too important to bring up suspicion. I don't like if Hawk is Bob. I don't know. I'm not as Mr. Tajimura and Catherine. I'm not that confident. Not nearly at all. But Hawk, I've always had this air of suspicion with him, and at least at first, I legitimately thought he was Bob. Like I didn't even think they were different people. I had to have you be like, "Oh no, that's Hawk. That's just a guy on the police force. Like that's Bob and him are different people." Whenever I first saw him, so I mean. And this just kind of fuels it a little. The positioning of him, the
positioning
where Hawk
does.
is standing,
the last line doesn't though.
The gifted or the damned?
No, there's more to this scene. Is Bob near us now for nearly 40 years?
Oh.
Where? A large house
I
made
see.
of wood surrounded by trees. The house is filled with many rooms, each alike, but occupied by different souls night after night. The
That's
Great
true.
Northern Hotel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't take that at face value? You don't take it that Bob's at the Great Northern?
I guess, right whenever Cooper said Great North, the whole time, whenever Mike was describing the building, I was thinking One-Eyed Jack's. But I don't know if it's made out of wood. I don't know the structure of Jack's, but I think it could.
Right.
I don't know. I think it is still wood. Like in
No, it probably would be.
That's
That's a really good idea. Actually, One-Eyed Jack's is a good read.
So that at least Cooper, he takes the literal, I think, answer of like different rooms all alike. It's different souls every night. It's like, oh yeah, hotel, boom, the Great Northern.
The Great Northern, yeah.
But at least the same thing happens at One-Eyed Jack's, different.
Right.
All the rooms are the same. Different people go in there for the pleasure, that's where the pleasure is happening, which Bob is much, much more attuned to. That's what he likes.
That makes sense.
Which is why like Jacques Renault and Laura and what they're getting into, that's Bob's shit. That's like, it's fear and sex at the same time. What could be better for Bob? That's like his ultimate.
Freak.
So yeah, it's like maybe it sounds terrible, but like even like just unconsensual sex is like Bob's. I don't know. I feel like he gets more. He feeds off of that. Better.
That sounds like it would be the perfect storm for what Bob is into. Yeah.
So it's no bueno. So at least Bob's house or his, I don't know, where he lives. One-Eyed Jack's feels a lot more natural to me than the Great Northern.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and then with that detail, I didn't think that Bob like inhabits that area or like that it's more literal. It feels like there's just like hot spots or like this area is rich in Bob maybe because just the amount of people that are there that how like it's hard to, I guess, put into like Bob being this roaming spirit sort of thing and this virus or this parasite. If more people in one area are infected by him or that play into his pleasures and things, then he is just simply more active there because there's just more of him, sort of a thing. So I feel like the Great Northern makes sense with Ben. That's his kind of headquarters and everything's going there. And I feel like he's very in this vein, sort of thing. But it would make more sense at One-Eyed Jack's being like, I don't know, fear and pleasure all in one, going down all the time.
Right.
So
no, I get that. That makes sense. All right. All right. But yeah, so you're not taking this at face value the way that they leave us on the cliffhanger here with the Great Northern Hotel.
That I don't know. That one. Because Cooper says the Great Northern Hotel. He's the one who's like, the Great Northern. If it came from Mike, if Mike said it is the Great Northern Hotel, then I would have thought about it a little differently. At least because my immediate thought was One-Eyed Jack. I guess I'm more of just hoping that it's One-Eyed Jack, so maybe I'm hoping that I'm right versus Cooper. But I don't know. Bob, he does at least feel different than Mike. Not um not Mike is, it seems 1-to-1. I don't know. Like that maybe Mike inhabits different bodies, I don't know, but at least he can only kind of be active in one person at a time. It doesn't seem that he infects or that he feeds off of anything. But yeah, Bob seems to be like a, I don't know if more powerful is the right word, but just like a,
more evil.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
More willing to inflict his will upon humanity. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's because reanalyzing it a little bit, he feeds on fear and the pleasures. They are his children. I am similar to Bob.
Mm-hmm.
I also do that. We once were partners, but I saw the face of God and was purified, so I took off the arm. I went from being a demon and became not an angel necessarily, but just
it's interesting.
Not with Bob.
That's I don't know. I still don't trust Mike really. Like, I don't know. Like, it seems he is giving very crucial information, and everything, but it's very dependent.
But to what means? To what gain?
It is dependent on if Philip Gerard takes his medicine or not. So it's kind of like Philip has to be off his medicine in order for this information to get through to Cooper. So like, I don't know, maybe he does truly want to help them, but he can only get out if Philip doesn't take his medicine, which he really, really wants to do, because I don't know. It's
you don't want to lose control like that.
Yeah. So I don't feel like Mike is truly, I don't think he's still cooking up a master plan in the background. It'd be kind of nuts if, I don't know, maybe they are just one and the same thing. This is just evil. Bob, Mike, what, I don't know. They're all
How about
all the
getting
same.
a specific time frame here?
What do you...
Is Bob near us now? For nearly 40 years.
That's true. 40. Nearly 40 years. Leland growing up. Okay. Leland
that would have been about 40 years ago, probably.
The real that is the Avatar, maybe, or like that was the physical. Well, yeah. Why would he? I don't know. It seems that it could Bob have started human and then became this thing eventually. Yeah. Maybe
or it's descended rather.
It seems that he kind of just always has been, but 40 years just in the Twin Peaks area, or 40 years like that's just actually how old Bob is. I don't know.
It does say, is Bob near us now? For nearly 40 years. Yeah. So he's been near us for 40 years. Nearly. And near us, as in near Coop, or near Twin Peaks, or near where they are right now. It's just vague enough, and where, is Bob near us now? Where?
How old is that man?
Probably about 40. Like they're all about 40 though.
That's true. Yeah. Hawk, I don't know. Hawk, I'm like 50-50 suspicious of him.
That's so funny.
It's that I don't know how to read, but that timeline does kind of play into Leland seeing him as a kid perfectly. I feel like if Leland saw him as a kid at that age, though, that is how he recognized him that old, so like that's maybe more of a reason as like he might have ascended or something at that, like something did happen 40 years ago. Where he like this is the state where he's locked in. I don't know,
right.
Sort of thing. I don't know why or how, but yeah. But the Great North. I don't know, him being the Great Northern Hotel.
Well, him being the Great Northern. That's what you're.
Like he's just at the Great Northern is like
that is the answer to the where. Like it's not who.
It felt like that's kind of like what Mike was getting at, is that like it wasn't a where. It's like that is like who or like how, I don't know. He is there. Like he sort of thing. Like like Ben was the only other one that I could kind of feel is on Bob's team and knows of Bob or something.
Right.
And like the Great Northern, like maybe it's the land, like it specifically was built there because this specific spot was like a hot spot for this, I don't know, Bob
Spiritual
energy sort of
activity, yeah.
thing. Maybe this is where Bob became Bob. I don't, and then it's like it feels Ben, I don't feel like is like the avatar for Bob, but more of like he made a deal with the devil. He made a deal with Bob, a mutually beneficial deal where he gets more money and blah 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 and does all these evil things, and Bob benefits from all of the greed and all of the sex and all the fear and everything that comes from
I can
Ben.
get with that. I can get with that.
So
yeah, no, we're it's it's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Many different routes it could go down, I guess.
Yeah, many routes. I didn't realize how many until we did this.
That's how my brain works, Sad. Like that is, it's all the time. It is, I'm going down these pathways, and it's
so funny. It's I love that. I appreciate that greatly, because when I watched this for the first time, I took this very face value. I didn't think of this as, they're throwing us off the scent. Maybe it's One-Eyed Jackson. I took it as, Bob. My initial read of it was that Bob and Mike are similar. Bob and Mike are similar in that Bob is not. I never took him as a roaming spirit. That's not something that I ever initially read him as. I took it as he is secretly inhabiting somebody. And whenever we got here, he, at the Great Northern Hotel, he is inhabiting someone who is there. And that was how I read it. Now I'm not trying to tell you that was the correct read, because that's the fun of this. I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong, or if you were on the right track, or if I'm leading you astray. Regardless, there's all sorts of ways I could play it, and all sorts of ways that it's a lot of fun. But that was always my read, is that I always took it as Bob was similar to Mike in that he inhabited one person, and that one person was at the Great Northern. But that's the other thing too, though, is that we've seen a lot go down at the Great Northern. Somebody shot Coop at the Great Northern. Was that whoever Bob is possessing? Was that just Bob? Having his way there. We routinely see Ben there. We routinely see Jerry there. But Jerry seems too innocent. There's just all sorts of stuff that Pete was just there. You're convinced Catherine is Tajimura. If that's the case, Catherine's there. And there you go. You have another one of those people that could be a deal with the devil sort of vibes. It's just there's a lot going on. So I always really, really appreciate it. And
yeah, it's the 40 years thing. It's for nearly I guess it seems that he was talking in if it were Ben or someone who's there now, I guess it seems that he was saying Bob has been there for 40 years.
Yeah, historically been there. Yeah.
And that if it's Ben or someone who is 40 now, it feels weird. It would they would have done it from birth. They're such a young age. I don't know. It feels like Bob is older. I don't know. He's already this age 40 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah,
but Bob is also the true face of Bob. If he's a demon, if he's a spirit, I mean, what's that?
Yeah, I guess.
What's that mean? Does it matter that he's aged? Does time matter to Bob? I guess is what I'm getting at. It matters to Mike apparently. He's been around for nearly 40 years, so that is. They do experience some form of linearity. It's not like they can just pop in, pop out anywhere they want.
Yeah,
but there's a lot. It's just a lot, and we are careening towards big stuff in the next couple episodes. We do get left on quite the cliffhanger. I'm ready for episode 7, and we will be covering that next week here on Fire Pod with me. Season 2, episode 7, episode 8, episode 9. This is a really, really good trilogy of episodes we're coming upon. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited. We'll be covering these week after week, season 2 right now. So if you are watching Twin Peaks, if you have a friend who should watch Twin Peaks, if you have a friend who has watched Twin Peaks, share the show with them. Let them know that they can come vibe with us. Listen to Joe either get things exactly correct or completely fucking wrong. It's so much fun. Leave a 5-star rate and review and download wherever you might be listening. Keep on coming back. You can check out our movie podcast, The Cinementalists. We are currently on the other side of Mission Impossible, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
we just got done.
Yeah.
We just got done discussing the Mission Impossible franchise last Friday with the Final Reckoning as it came out this past weekend, and we've got a little bit of a gap week right now where we're not covering a movie. I think we're going to have a little fun and do just kind of a random movie discussion around maybe actors. I had an idea for maybe something like our 5x5s that we used to do back in the day with movies. I think could be fun, or maybe a whole on the spot that's nothing but about movies. We got a lot of ideas. It's going to be a fun episode this Friday on the Cinementalists, so check that out. But yeah, then let's go ahead and ask you a couple questions here.
Yeah.
So, who killed Laura Palmer?
Yeah, I think I still got Bob. Bob's up there. That's for sure. The suspect numero uno, still Bob.
All right, and I've let this slide for a while because we had not gotten this bit of information that Bob and Mike are inhabiting spirits.
Yes. Okay.
So yes, Bob very well could have killed Laura.
Yes.
As who?
Bob, and then I'll have to give who he's inhabiting. That is fair. That is valid. I'm gonna throw the only one who's coming to my mind every time is Harold. If there is an inhabiting spirit, I don't know why it would be Harold though. Like it feels wrong. It doesn't make sense. Like he's nowhere near One-Eyed Jacks. If he is truly always inside, it doesn't make sense. But I don't know. There's this weird, the journal, this knowing all this information sort of thing. I feel like being able to blackmail people, I don't know. I feel like that would do good for it. So that's the only angle where Harold would make sense. I'm going to say Harold. If it's not Harold, Hawk, but god damn it, I don't want it to be.
You don't have any reason behind that beyond your suspicions.
It's just, a few things that have been a little weird. Harold, a lot of H's. Harold, Hawk. Who else is another H name in the show? Hank.
Harry. Harry. Hank.
No. I don't think it's Hank. I don't think it's Harry. Harold and Hawk are kind of the only two right now. Ben, possibly, but I think he's more of like a deal with like he's not the Avatar.
He's not the Avatar. He just works with the Avatar. Okay, yeah. I can get with that.
But Harold is my number one for like Bob.
Harold is the number, and he didn't do himself any favors these last couple of weeks in terms of that suspicion. With the cutting of his own face and everything. You are unclean. You've contaminated me. All that stuff. That doesn't sound good. But yeah, okay. So Harold or Hawk.
Yes,
with Bob there
as Bob.
I like it.
Mike, Mike says he is severed, or that he's, he was a familiar sort of thing. I kind of see a possibility where we really, really think it's Bob who did the killing, but like I don't know, maybe it was Mike all along. I don't know. Maybe Mike's getting back into the game. I don't know, but like I think he's at least involved somehow. But Bob way more. At least that's how it seems, but still involved. But Mike, I guess, would have to be inhabiting Philip's body there. I feel like it feels like he can only inhabit Philip's body, but I don't know. Maybe Mike can roam and possibly, but it could be playing everyone a fool right now.
Right.
And then So yeah, I guess that Harold is kind of roped in with Bob now. But the only other person that I had suspicion of was Jacoby. Kind of similar to Harold, as in like getting everyone's information. I don't know, knowing information
Yeah,
about
yeah.
people, sort of thing. It's weird how Harold.
Well,
and
hearing their
Jacoby,
maybe Jacoby would have access to all their fears and desires, and like as their psychiatrist. So there is something there. I like that. I like that.
It's suspect number one for Bob, or like 1 and 2 is Harold and like Jacoby. Strange enough, like for me, Hawk more of just the visual similarities. But yeah, Harold and Jacoby, I would not have thought that. That's for sure. But that's kind of it. That all I've kind of got. Like, is whoever Bob is inhabiting, Mike might have had some play in it, but I don't think he was actually there, or Philip was there. And then, but Jacoby could have been the one inhabiting by Bob, I guess, too. So yeah, it's really, I feel like Bob. It's just Bob now.
It's
that
just
killed Laura.
Bob.
Whoever
Yeah,
Bob
yeah.
is.
And that hasn't really ever, like, I like the idea that there could be a twist where Mike did it, but they do pretty hardcore within the first few episodes go, Bob did it. I will kill again. He does that in the whole
true.
like episode 3 and stuff. So like, but you don't know if that literally means Laura or it just meant generally somebody, or so like. Now, something that is interesting is the idea here. Okay, if he is an inhabiting spirit, and Coop is convinced that whoever killed Laura, it was Bob. If Bob killed Laura, that Bob also would have killed the girl a year ago. Do you think that would have been the same person he was inhabiting, or do you think that could be where the roaming spirit is kind of useful, where Bob can be killing multiple people in multiple places, and it doesn't have to be literally tied to the same body and the same murderer,
The 40 years throws a wrench into that. I don't know. That is interesting. I guess before this episode, I kind of thought as Bob is like kind of I don't know, just evil,
kind of
incarnate.
Immortal, ancient in a way.
He has always been. He is just any bad, influence that is just, he loves that shit. But yeah, now I still am kind of
but
there.
like let's talk about that 40 years was specifically in response to, is he near us now?
Okay.
For nearly 40 years.
Yeah.
So maybe Bob is ancient, maybe Bob is forever, but he has been here for about 40 years. So there's a lot to go on. I won't burden us with any more questions, because we've got more than enough of them, and we have very little answers.
But Pittsburgh definitely feels Bob connected, though. I don't think it's just a serial
the
killer.
reference to Pittsburgh, there's
and
the one that happened a year ago was in Deer Meadow or something like that.
That's right. Oh, so this is these are
Pittsburgh
different.
is a whole other thing.
Oh,
shit.
Like
that's a completely different thing.
Then yeah.
But
damn. Yeah. I mean, I feel
there's a lot.
I feel like I could just go for another hour off theories that I have, which is like it's insane.
I know. I'm literally stopping short. I feel like I could.
Yeah.
I could also ask you more questions, because we do have the age old, who shot Cooper.
That's
and,
true. Yeah. A Catherine is I think I might have thrown that out more, very I don't know, with not a lot of confidence. I like it a little more now. But maybe it was Bob. I don't know, Bob. Whoever was inhabiting Bob there.
True.
And,
if the Great Northern is at play, there's something there. But yeah, man, I won't harp on that one too much. It's something to think about, though. But we'll be back next week with season 2, episode 7. And for those who know, and those who don't.
Damn. Okay. Yeah.
It's a goodie. We're in for good stuff. It is a very solid one. But we'll be back, and we'll be back again and again. But let's see. Yeah, leave a 5-star rate and review and download wherever you might be listening. Keep on coming back. And I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. And remember, it is happening again.